30th of December 2025. I'm home with my little doggo and he's finally asleep. He needs a bit more of regulation lately because it's been a chaotic year, guys. And I was just looking at him, and yesterday I was looking at some videos of when I got him, and I was like, I am so grateful, on this day. I know everybody again is sharing their wins and their big celebrations and their big accomplishments and whatever, but here I am just reflecting about how much this little doggo brought to me this year. And for context, my dad passed away on the 25th of January this year, and I got him on the 1st of Feb, literally 1 week after. And he has a very special meaning for me because it's like God knew that he was going to take my dad away. And he was like, you know what? I'm just going to bless you with this little bundle of joy. He's going to teach you things, okay? He's going to teach you things that you might realize at the end of the year, that you might realize along the way, etc., etc. And to be honest, when we made the decision to have a dog with my partner, we were like, ça va, it's fine. We both have the space. We both are loving people, blah, 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 blah. And then obviously we learned the hard way that a dog requires a lot of energy, a lot of care. For my doggo parents, we are in it together. But I honestly wouldn't change this for anything, especially after this year. And I think one of the biggest things that he taught me was really unconditional love and being enough just the way I am. And I think that falls under the category of like unconditional love, because he is always there, no matter how I feel. And God knows I felt, and I still feel exhausted, depleted. I've been through so much, everybody was like 2025 is the year of shedding and layering and whatever. And if you remember, and if you've listened to episode 1, I was saying that when it rains, it pours. This was literally my year, 2025. Every month until, I would say, July, there was a big event that shattered my beliefs system, my behaviors, my safety, my security, my stability, everything that I've learned for the past 34 years has been challenged or completely destroyed. And I would qualify this year, really from January till, I would say, end of June, tsunami period. July until end of November was survival still, but I could have my head above the water and kind of like, swimming like a puppy, kind of like, hey, I'm here, I'm trying to still make it. But okay, finally I can have my head above water. And then December, I thought it was floating, but yeah, it's still a bit survival, but at least it's like, there is no more, I feel like it, There's no more shit happening. I really feel like this is the end of sort of like the tunnel, and I feel and I see the light again. And throughout this whole year, the first thing that comes up to my mind when I think of my dog and when I think of what he taught me is unconditional love. Because I was a fucking mess, and I still am. And I think that's why he's glued to me, because he feels that my nervous system is still completely kaput and is still all over the place, and I'm not fully regulated, and I'm just depleted. And December is really going back to the basics of eating, sleeping, shitting, and we repeat, and every day, every week, I'm just literally taking it as we go, hour by hour. December is really like, I wake up, what it is that I need, period. It's not even like what it is that I want, is what is it that I need? Do I need food? Let's just feed myself. Do I need to lay down in bed? Let me just lay in bed. And this little motherfucker is just always here by my side, has always been. When I had him between February and June, he was always there, and July, always there, loving me, whether I cry, whether I don't sleep, whether I am terrible with myself, whether I am just, whiplashing myself, telling myself that I'm not enough, feeling the guilt, feeling all sorts of emotions, and telling myself that I shouldn't feel these emotions, he was always there. Always there. And he would feel it. You know, he's like, hey, it's fine. I still love you. I'm still here. I'm still not rejecting you. And this reminded me how bad sometimes we are with ourselves at just not accepting ourselves even in those states, you know. And you don't know me yet. Some of you know me, and I hope that my friends listen. And if not, then we're not friends anymore. Je rigole. But people see me as this little sunshine who has a lot of energy and who is like beaming, having a lot of creativity, creative ideas, who's doing a lot of different things, always moving, loving life, dancing, being grateful. Like, imagine La La Land, you know, this little fairy, like la la la, always, you know, wearing the pink goggles, just like my coach would say, and just seeing life through that lens, through the everything's gonna be fine. It's just a challenge. It's just temporary. And I am grateful for these gifts that God gave me. You know, I'm so fucking grateful because they make me who I am. They hold me in those situations, and they moved me, and they made me move also throughout my entire life, you know. And this year I have learned to just also take them off, because this year has been shit and I've minimized it so much. And this little one, this little doggo again, this is him snoring. Wait, is he still snoring? Listen. And this little one reminded me, it's fine. I still love you. I still love you regardless of whether you're crying, whether you find yourself a bitch, whether you find yourself being annoying, annoyed, etc., etc. And I'm like, whoa, best gift ever. Honestly, best gift ever. If you have an animal, especially a dog, they're here. I really think that they're here for that. I really think that they're here to remind us that we are enough, even when we don't do shit, you know. Like, I haven't done anything. I haven't been working this whole year, apart from finalizing some projects that I've had with my former dance academy, but I haven't been doing much apart from surviving, you know. And he's always been there. He's always been like snoring, taking his poop, and just reminding me that, hey, you are enough just the way you are. You don't need to do, you know, you just need to be. Just be, and everything will be fine. And I will still love you. And people, the right people, will still love you. And this has been proven, you know. So I'm so grateful for this little doggo. Unconditional love and being enough just the way you are. And I think that finally I'm integrating that. And whenever I feel like I'm not really doing anything with him, or just taking him out and doing the bare minimum, I'm like, well, that's enough. It's fine. It doesn't make me a bad owner. It doesn't make me a bad person. It doesn't make me a bitch for not playing with him. It doesn't make me a mean person for putting him back into his bed. No, it's just, I do with what I have. You know, I do with the capacity that I have, and I do with what I know best for me right here, right now. And this really just brought me back to the present, you know, to being here in the now, and to just fucking relaxing and fucking unclenching my butthole, because being here is all we've got, really. And I'm just so grateful, man. Like, even though it's a lot of work, especially now within the state that I am, I'm just fucking grateful for him. I know you're snoring. Let me just make you hear his snoring to close this episode. This is so cute.